Good
A
evening.
very good evening to all the respected dignitaries, resource persons, and dear participants. Welcome back to the AI Set ATL Academy sponsored online faculty development program on the evolving world of AI. A look at modern trends and diverse implementations. Organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Rajmahendra Institute of Engineering and Technology, Rajahmundry. We now move on to the session 3 of FDP program. S.R.N. Reddy, professor and currently at Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical 25 years of experience spanning academy, research and industry. He is a renowned expert in IoT, embedded systems, AIoT and product design. He has published over 150 research papers, filed multiple Indian patents, led several funded projects with organizations like Microsoft, Intel, and Nokia, and established state of art innovation labs. Dr. Reddy has also conducted numerous workshops, expert lectures, and guided many PhD scholars. We are honored to have him with us today. We are extremely honored to have with us Dr. S.R.N. Reddy, Professor and HOD at Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women, Delhi. On behalf of the management, principal, coordinator, and the entire organizing committee, I warmly welcome Dr. S.R.N. Reddy and request them to kindly take over the session on the topic AI in education and research.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So thank you for organizing such a session and inviting for the expert lecture. I would like to uh, take few questions and I would like to take you all through an interactive session and hands-on also. So let me, I just want every participant who are joined here uh, uh, can be in interactive mode, and you will be also going to do in online the experiments and experience the platform which we have developed. So I have a few questions before I actually begin the session. I want every faculty member or the researcher who is involved in this could please answer this question. So you can use the chat box. What has been hello? Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So my first question to you is, as we are all teachers, most of us, I'm sure, teaching various subjects. What is the most difficult task? One, two, three. If you ask me, what is the most important task that we will face in the teaching? If I want to teach effectively, for example, artificial intelligence or any subjects that I wish. So, what is the most important? So, please use. I'm also putting the question here in the chat box so that you can mute it and answer the question in the through the chat box so that we can be an interactive. What is the most So I'm putting the question, what is the most difficult thing in teaching? Or if you want to teach effectively, yeah, some of them is keeping, please answer quickly so that we can be interactive, keeping the students engaged and attentive. I appreciate, I don't know here, the persons who are making. I request all the participants should give your answers. So if you are not in interactive mode, I think I will not be able to do that. But please answer my questions. I got only one question, one answer So there are about 80 participants, more than 80. Uh, Trace the syllabus with practical. So I keep those points, bullet points like attentiveness, engaging the students very attentive. Then second is syllabus, trace the syllabus with practical. I think Anita Prajapati is writing like this. Then Dr. Viregar is writing delivery of theory courses. Okay, sir. I think then engaging the students with attentiveness. So please, I request some more suggestions or some more challenges that you have faced while you are teaching. So please put up, there are about 90, hundreds of participants. I just see this. Always question ourselves, am I teaching? Am I teaching? And I think, am I teaching? They are learning. I think I appreciate Atal FDP Rajamahendri from this. Coming up, Manohar is writing, teaching the students in an understandable way by giving a practical knowledge. I appreciate, sir. Now, current with technology, Safali Patil is writing, very nice. Now, periodic quick review of topics. Thank you very much for all the questions, whatever. I think I summarize it, most of you have written. Bridge the gap between explanation and understanding the topics, Dr. BBM Murali Krishna Garu. Thank you very much, sir. You have written, and I appreciate all of you who have written the questions or the challenges that you are facing it. I request all of you should reply at the end of my talk. Does my framework, which I have designed for teaching artificial intelligence and related courses, serves these challenges? The challenge is you kept the students' attentiveness. Second, the challenge is need to practical blend of practical knowledge along with the understanding of the theory. The third one is, make how do you know that the students are understood? The next one is that you need to engage the attention of the students by giving best practical thing, and you need to teach the theory in a right way. I think these are the some of the challenges to understand where they are following our teaching. Very nice, sir. So I keep these bullet points which you have mentioned in the present in your interactive session. So my first and foremost important thing as a teacher having 25 years experience is I really want to serve these challenges being a teacher. I developed along with my research scholars over a 7 years time to time the application called Stella. And I would like to give you brief introduction of what is Stella so that you can understand quickly. Then everyone, I want you should register. Rambabu sir, you will get the attendance for this particular session. Those people who are registering the platform, I will share you that. That is a real engaging the students with the engaging the participants with the platform.
Yes, sir. Definitely, I will take, sir.
Yeah, so I will give the share the feed. I mean, what the feedback would be, or how many people have actually used this platform, and what is their feedback. All I will get with the system to you, so that so my request to all of you, it is not just as a theoretical session. It is a completely hands-on for teaching AI and AI related courses. And I also would like you can share the feedback as and when required, and see that anything you want to communicate with me, you please use this chat box so that we can really go ahead. So the first point, the platform which we have developed at IGDTW is Stella, along with my research scholars over a period of time. Now, I would like to talk about what is this platform is all about in few minutes, and then I will be going really a demo of that so that you will practically make use of this. So let me open a brief presentation, and then straight away I'll go to the So I'm just sharing the slide. Let me share. Sir, is my slide is visible to you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay,
Visible, sir.
right. Thank you. Sir, I quickly go to this. Actually, like you said, all the problems what you are facing is whatever you have mentioned in the chart box, that is as a teacher. Another important problem, sir, or what a teacher I personally face is that the evaluation. And if we come across the evaluation, we'll discuss it that. And to solve those many problems, there are several e-learning platforms are available, but there are several issues with the e-learning platforms. I'm not going into the in detail about that, but I only want that certain technical details which I would like to focus is we have developed the Stella system for teaching, learning, and assessment platform where we have used VS Code, Flutter, Firebase, and Flask as a technology friend. So there is a users like faculty can be used or the students can be used. The combination of users can be there. This is a very brief architecture of that, and in detail architecture I will skip up and will directly go into this. But this one flowchart I would like to talk about. Let us see here what is here is you have the so Stella is a platform for teaching, learning, and assessment. For example, this platform has AI, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, computer organization. There could be many more subjects. For example, if I take a particular subject, AI programming, there are several components like basics of Python, NumPy, MATLAB, Pandas, and so on and so forth. And if I pick up any one of them, there are set of experiments and so on and so forth. Then there is an assessment, there are the profiles and the feedback. All this flowchart will explain you this how this Stella is going to be this. Now I don't want to keep much on the theoretical front, rather directly I wish that you should go about this. Now I am going to the tool directly. This is a web and mobile application. Now you can directly sign in to this particular web page. I am sharing the URL of this in the chat box so that you can parallelly work along with me and share your feedback. Now I'm sharing the link to link in the chat box for all of you. Please access this and start practically doing along with me. I hope you got this link. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now link is there in the chat box. I request all of you, all the participants who really want to learn and practice and take something from this kind of workshop, really put forward efforts by RIET, the institution. So now this Stella system for teaching, evaluation, learning, and assessment. This is of Stella stands for. And there are two options. Login option. I can log in as a already registered user, or I am the new user. If you are a new user, you please go to the sign up page. I request all of you, the participants, hope that you have opened the dissertation, this URL which I have shared it. Now, please do the sign up. Now here you can provide your first name, enrollment number, you can give your mobile number, enter contact number, same you can give us, email ID, you can create your own password. Please remember your password for further to use. So this is a simple sign up. And how many people have done the sign up, please put forward here in the chat box. Say, sir, yes, I think people have done here. There are so many people, sir. At least I request all of you If you have done the sign up, please say done. Done, you can type the done message. I think Udyan Lakshmi ji is done. Devi, many people have done. Please go ahead. Let us wait for a few more seconds. Yeah, good. Very nice. So I request all of you, please do that. And I'm going to give you this platform to use it at your place for some period of time. Okay. So now there are some people who have done the sign up page. Now, once you have done the sign up page, then you go to sign in. Now, sign in. Sign in with your credentials. Your email ID is your login ID. So I think you have to use this login ID. Is your email which you have entered there. Then password. So you are going to get, this is the first page, landing page of the Stella application. Now I would like to see, there are some query. Anybody if you have query, I think what is the enrollment number, sir? I think you have entered, you can enter, sir, any number. Lakshmi Kant madam is writing. So you can enter even your mobile number. For the students' purpose, we kept the enrollment number so that they can really keep it. Then I think how many of you have got this landing page? Those people who have got the landing page, say yes. So this is an interactive session I should use. Thank you. At least, yes, very nice. Good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please, now you follow like this, you will be able to understand everything, sir. Nice. Let me now go into the details. Thank you. Now, as a teacher, sir, now I am going to talk about those challenges which you have mentioned to me. The first challenge is to teach the theory courses. Some participant, I do not know, forgotten that somebody mentioned that how to teach the effective way of teaching the theoretical courses. That means I need a theory to be properly delivered. That's one of the most important questions. The content should be very much delivered properly. Now, please look here. This is the web application. Now, assume that I am going to teach the artificial intelligence and programming tools. Now, I'll pick up this subject. So all of you can go to this particular subject. Now I divided this subject into various components. Anything you do it in in artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. Today is Python is one of the most widely used programming language. So I wanted to have initially the beginners of faculty or the students community. They should be experimented practically with the concepts, especially in the Python. So I kept the first module is Python, basics of Python. Second is NumPy, Matplotlib, Pandas, Seaborn, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, PyTorch. These are the few important modules that I have kept it, which is very essential for AI, machine learning, and deep learning concepts to be explored. Now, as a teacher, I want to begin with any of these modules. I should first teach them Python. Now I'll go to the Python as my request. Yes, sir.
Your screen is stuck, sir.
Achha, my screen is not sharing,
Only,
sir.
only showing demo. Username
Yes,
Stella.
it is not
Achha.
moving.
Let me stop sharing. Again, I'll share
Yes,
it.
yes, sir.
So please interrupt me because this is our biggest problem. Let's say screen, enter screen, share. Now, sir.
Yeah, visible, sir.
Okay, I'm going back because somebody may not be So if I think you have all landed in this page, and if I go to the programming tools, Then there are these many modules. I have created basics of Python, NumPy, Matplotlib, and so on. Now I wanted to teach any of these. I need to have a basics of Python first. So I want to teach you the Python as a basics. Now Python has, again, I have created 10 different sections to talk about Python concepts to the students, especially or any faculty who are a beginner to learn. Now, the first thing I want to demonstrate the operators and logical operations and fundamentals of Python as a programming environment. Now, I pick up this particular module. Sir, here, any of these things I wanted to teach, first of all, I require to have the very good created content, the good slides I need it. So, sir, I have already embedded the slides in this module. As you are a teacher, you just need to go with the URL and the system, or you even don't need a system. You have a classroom, you go to there and you just pick up the topic. For example, theoretical concepts related to this experiments. I have to pick up this. Now there is a slideshow. This is the slides which I have created in 2015, 2011, 12, when I started teaching Python for my mobile application development. So, sir, Python basics. This is all my slides created. What is Python? Python concepts, how to install Python, starting with the basics of print statement, okay, and so on and so forth. I'm not teaching you, sir, now because I'm only giving you how this tool is useful for all of you, and you can definitely take use of any of them. And I'm sampling it each of this one. I'm going to pick one component and demonstrating to you. So this is a special characters and all this. Many of you might be knowing all these concepts. I don't want to explain to you, but for the teachers, for the students who are new to the system, and I need to begin with this. Now, challenge number one, good content to be created. So this is a content which we have created, and there are many faculty members who have asked me, I need to bring the students' attention in my class. I may ask you one question, sir, because this is all we are of the same, we are traveling in the same ship. Okay. Now tell me, how do you make the students' attention in a courses like Python? Sir, I just want, can you please suggest, being you are also having rich experience in teaching, many of you, or you may be new teacher, but what challenges you face, and if you want to make the students attentive in a class, what are the things you need to do? Can you please write down on the chat box? How do you make students attentive in your class? Any suggestions, sir? At least I expect from senior faculty here some suggestions. What you follow in a class. Suppose if the same question, if it has been asked, in one using LMS tools, I think jokes, somebody is mentioning jokes, somebody is mentioning, let us have in practical approach, then while explaining the captures, practical approach, sir, very nice, and practical while teaching. Sir, I appreciate many of you have written the practical aspects, very important, sir. Live examples, very important, sir. Case studies are very important. I appreciate all of you. Now, please wait. I'll show you. I'm teaching this boring subject of Python, for example. Now, I want all these suggestions, what you have explained to me, I want to show you one by one. Let me first take up. The first thing many of you said, so theory is fine, slides is fine, but I want to have a practical approach. Now I stop at this point. What I do is I'll go to practical approach. Now practical approach means here okay. Now I might be demonstrated so much of thing which is theoretical in nature. Now I will go to the practicals. Now please see, sir, I have written the code. What was I demonstrating? Arithmetic, logical, Boolean, and comparison operators and their combinations in Python. I have writing this in the program, and I'm demonstrating that in theoretical lecture. Now here is the basic program. I think you are all able to see this. Now I say that you see simple thing I am going to show you here. Variable 1 equal to 100, variable 2 equal to 20. I have a plus operator, minus operator, multiplication operator, and so on and so forth. Logical, relational, all Boolean operators I have written. Fine. I show the students or the participants that these are the operators which I have written a Python code for that. Now, what is the next step I wanted to do is now I need a tool to run this. Sir, the compiler or the interpreter that you needed to run this. Now I have integrated along with this application the online compiler translator within the tool, and here is the run option, sir. You see here this arrow that indicates the run option. Now I am actually running this. So sir, my code is practically running. You could see here. Now you see 100 plus 20, 120 is addition operator, subtraction operator, multiplication operator, and so on and so forth. All are coming up. That is fine. I might have demonstrated. That's not a big job. But some teacher is also mentioned, sir, how do I know that as a teacher, how much content that I have delivered is reaching to the students? That's very important question which all of us should understand. For that matter, sir, I am creating, I may ask you, you please show me an arithmetic calculator program. So, sir, I can write a arithmetic, A-R-I-T-H, arithmetic.py. I written this Python. I remove the all other codes. For example, okay, and this is the code I have written. Now, instead of 100, you may be written 200. Now, I ask the students, you please save this code. I ask the students, you in a class, an exercise I give. Students can do this by their mobile or their any system for that matter, because it is in a web application. If you can access, you can do with any of them. Now, I saved this code. Here is the save option. You have a save option. My code is saved in the Firebase database. So the code is saved. Now I want to compile. Now I change the variables 100 plus 200, 100 and 200. Now the code is recompiling it and producing the results. You could see, sir, the results have changed. Sir, please understand me. If you are really honestly wants to deliver a very effective teaching in your classroom for AI or any subject, and this is another way to make the attention of the students and interactive way, and you will be able to see that how many students are able to do this and immediately in the classroom. And if this is going to help the students or the faculty to understand how much the content has been reached to the students in the class itself. Will you say yes? If you say yes, yes, sir, this is going to help them, say yes in your chat box. Or if you have any question, query, you please say, put the query. Sir, all of you please respond. I think couple of responses I got. Any more responses, sir? Will you say, even if you say no, if you can keep it, you can give me, sir, no, it won't get, or you should have some more thing differently. You can, even the other comments are also appreciated. Okay. I think there are a few good responses. It's fine, sir. Now, this is not only the way. Now, the second approach, let us say, sir, theoretical concepts, the practical concepts, I can demonstrate like this for each and every experiment of Python, whatever you could say. The students can create their own experiments in the class itself and execute it, and you can see the results even in their mobiles. So, after that, what can I do? Sir, suppose most of you go for NAC or NBA, and two questions they put to the teacher. What are the actions you have taken for the fast learners? Sir, for the fast learners, we have kept additional resources as a link. So there are, suppose some students learn fast. There are additional web resources available. They can go to those links and they can execute it and they can practice more. So, sir, you have a problem to be addressed is fast learners. How do you address in your class fast learners? This is one mechanism. Since in many NBA and NAC applications, every teacher faces this, so we also consider that kind of requirement here. Suppose a slow learner is there, how do you handle the slow learner? So we have kept a list of videos. Some videos are under the final process of creation, sir. This is the Design and Innovation Center IGDT. This is our lab where we work here. So I just kept the URL of this. So at present, we are making the videos not yet uploaded, but we have kept the provision to do that. Now, let us talk about, let's say, the complete module. I talk about demonstration of the linear search, all the sorting, searching, Fibonacci, all those concepts. I might have done it. I'm not going in detail about each of this experiment, but my thing is that how do you teach effectively your courses? Now, sir, at the end of this module, I also would like how much theoretical concept they have grabbed. So, sir, we have a quiz here. Please go to the quiz. I want all of you can answer the quiz if you have an experience in Python. Now, if I am writing the quiz here, I write the university name. My university is IGDTUW. Then the course name is Python. Then if you are I'm practicing. So I say that practicing my quiz, I'm practicing place, I'm writing Delhi. So please, all of you, please do this. Now, forget about what is the right answer or wrong answer. I'm not here bothered about it. But what is, see this, I have given all options. The students can take a 5 minutes test in a class after that module is over in the class itself. Now, once it is done, this test, I submit the result. Now, please see here. Sir, in my teaching experience with 25 years, I felt couple of challenges. I never once punish the students, rather correct the student. Correction is most appropriate for a teacher rather punishment. And that is the last option for a teacher. So while designing this application, we also felt rather punishing the students, let me correct them. For that nature, if any question is incorrect, the correct answer is also be displayed, or incorrect answers, the correct answer is also be displayed so that the students can understand and learn. And that is one important thing we have embedded here. So, fine. My results has got. Now, I want to see the results generate the result. Please see, sir, this is very important. You may be working in different institutions. Your HOD may ask you, show me the proof that you have conducted the test, or NAC people will ask you some samples, or NBA people will ask you some, or university people will ask you, show me the samples. Sir, this is a proof that keeping in view of that, we have created this kind of report. Here where you are writing, you could see the start time and date of the test. It is written here, date is this, end time is written, duration also it is written, and total marks you have got is also written. Now the student can sign by the name, whatever the student name, let's say SRN Reddy is my name. Now I want to capture sign signature. This is my signature, assuming this. Now I want to capture the signature. So I've captured the signature. There is a sign in, capture the signature. Then what I can do is there is a download option you could see here. Please see there is a download option available. Now, if I can download, I get a PDF document, sir. Sir, you could see here, this is my PDF. So what I have, this is my report total marks, 3, time duration, date and time, along with my faculty signature and student name and faculty signature. You can also have the faculty name, but we can write it like this. Now you have a PDF of this document as a proof. Do you think is it not enough, or is it more sufficient for any proof that you can generate for any test along with the date and timestamp and with the signature? And this could be emailed, or you can take a printout, or you really can save it in a folder. You can online show that, sir. And if you like this, you say you say that yes, or you say no. Please chart with me. You can rate it out of 5, sir. How many points you can rate? I'm just to interact you. I'm just asking you, sir. Now I'm putting you a question. Does these two components? I think DVL Prasad, sir, good. You can rate it, sir. Every component. Just it is an interactive being. We are a teachers, and we really want to understand, and you can also give you very concrete, precise feedback, so to improve the further this kind of systems. So, sir, think of in a classroom, a teacher can demonstrate theoretical concepts on the same tool practically, on the same tool where they can conduct the quiz, and so on. Sir, here doesn't end the matter. Now I'll cancel this print. I'll go back. So then students will understand and can produce, faculty can come to know that how much that you have delivered is reached to the students by two ways. One, by taking the practical exercise in the classroom itself, a coding exercise you have given. And second, by conducting the quiz in the end of the session, you will come to know immediately the marks in your PDF file. I'll show you at the end how many of you have written the test and what was the marks. I will show you at the end. And at the outset, one more important thing, sir. I do not know. Many of you all get a feedback. I'm sure at some of the institutions, the feedback will be collected after the mid exams. In my case, the feedback will be conducted at the end of the end examinations or during the end examination. So once in a semester. Sir, what is the purpose of the feedback? Feedback should help the faculty where he or she is doing certain mistakes, which could be corrected then and there and serve the purpose. Does it happening, sir? I don't think so. Immediate feedback is happening at most of the institutions. So here is to solve that problem, there can be blind feedback. So, sir, we have created for each of the module, the faculty can take the feedback through the Google form, and we have created the Google form, and that form has been integrated here. So every component you can rate it and the feedback can be submitted. So I request now, I will share this feedback. I just as an experiment. All of you please share your feedback about the Stella, and I will show you at the end of the session the feedback what you have given it. Of course, this is still in the beta version, so your name will also appear. It doesn't matter whatever the feedback you can give me. But what I really want is that student should give the feedback, concrete feedback, and that should be at the earliest possible so that the faculty has a provision to correct it and rectify. And that is actually feedback mechanism. So, sir, that kind of feedback mechanism has been embedded in this particular module to enhance the capabilities of teaching learning environment. Okay, so I hope that I want to take a poll on this. How many of you have given the feedback, sir? Please say yes. Okay. Thank you. I think you are doing good. At least many of you are using the tool. I appreciate that. Now, let me take you another important component, which I will ask you a few questions here. Fine. Sir, uh, since this is on online, still I can have a freedom to deliberate with my own fraternity, teaching fraternity. Sir, you are all facing certain challenges in teaching learning environment at your institutions. Some could be related to the place and so on. But I'm focusing here, the students, if you considered it, as a teacher, you find assessment is one of the biggest challenge for a teacher. And another, if you take again in-depth assessment, the assessment of labs and assessment of theory, if you talk about, where the students has a tendency to cheat maximum, sir. Is it a theory or is it on the practicals? I want a poll on this. So please chart with me. Is it theory or practical, or they don't do any malpractices? Please share your feedback through the chart. Now my question is, if you are conducting the examinations, does the students cheat maximum in theory examinations or in the practical examination, especially the lab practicals? Quickly, sir. I think I get more people said that practicals. Very right, sir. My Mera experience, I also have more experiences now. Now my focus point is here. Sir, I'm not blaming the students. I ask you, and I'm sure when theory examinations comes up, students gets the previous question papers for mid examinations, for end examinations, but does the students gets the any sample lab examinations, sir, question papers? To my knowledge, including me after prior to previous few years, I also could not share the previous lab question papers. And the reason for cheating is also the students is not available the previous question papers. They do not know what kind of experiments they need to perform, how they need to perform. Some people might be knowing, but many students faces these challenges. The first challenge, they do not know the model, how they conduct the examinations. Second, of course, they may keep the system certain codes so that they can able to cheat it. So because of these two reasons, I feel that the students go for some kind of malpractices. And the second reason is the faculty has to take care of 60, 70 students in 6, 7 hours of time. It is very, very difficult to really assess the lab, and you cannot put all the attention of 60, 30 students in a batch when they are doing the exams. So because of these reasons, the cheating goes on. So I'm not blaming the student and I'm not blaming the faculty here. I'm blaming the system here. Reason is, within the earlier BTech students means 40 students is to have one batch. Now you have 40 students in 20 students in one batch of lab. Now you have 40 students in one batch. It is very, very difficult to engage it. So now how could my system can address this problem? So, sir, I face this problem. And secondly, suppose you evaluate, fine, let us say cheating is one issue. Third, how do you assess as a faculty, sir? You know, you go to a student, you ask the student to show me the output. The student shows the output, it is running, you give the full marks. I'm sure I am not asking the question here. You know yourself how you do it, but the student who actually not copied and who actually written the code, but due to certain error, her output or his output is not right, you will give 0 marks. Maybe you can, some people, you saw some code is written, so you probably give us some marks. But many people, his output is 0. I mean, is coming, right? You give full marks for that section. Otherwise, you give 0 marks. And there is a problem, sir. I have seen the real pain of the students who actually puts the real efforts and the wrong students who cheated code and they enjoy this. So I as a teacher would like to arrest that kind of situation, but also facilitate the faculty members in the right way of assessment and system should also get the right things. Therefore, sir, my one of the this tool provides you an innovative mechanism is that incorporated is that automatic assessment of lab examinations, lab exams, you can automatically assess that. So I go to a basics of, for example, now the second thing, sir, you students do get an exposure for practical examinations. They really don't get. They know that in the labs how to perform the experiment, but really how teacher is going to conduct, they do not know. If I give them a way of a sample lab exam, how it could be conducted, at least some students will really go in a right direction rather going into malpractices. So therefore, sir, what I did is I thought of automatically assess the code. I created a set of lab exams so that the students can practice before going to the real examination of the lab. So here is the way how a student can able to practice the lab examinations before he or she really writes that examination. So sir, again, all of you please write the lab examination and see this. For example, here how to go to the lab examination. I'll make it once again. This is my landing page. You go to the any of this page and here is the coding practice assessment lab exams for practice and make for AI programming tools. So this section you click it and there are 10 experiments that I have created for 10 of the modules. And I'll go to one of the modules, the basics of Python is the module. And here I'm experimenting or I'm practicing here how the tool can going to help me. Now I again write IGDTUW. I request all of you please write this also and I'll show you the marks also. And this is the practice. I'll show you the results of all participants who are actually practice this to the coordinator Rambabu sir at the end of this session or before the end of the session. So place is Delhi. Now you see this. The aim of the experiment is, please concentrate sir, you can see here, write a program to demonstrate the variables type conversion and string operations in Python. Now, so the one of the biggest examination bodies in the country is CBSE, sir. CBSE has adopted a method of evaluation called step marking. Suppose if you don't do the step marking, the students like upload, which we some of us will do that, and you know that how you are going to. If output is 0, you will give 0 marks. Even though there is a small error, typographic error or syntax error in the print statement, but that's not right. You need to give the step marking, and that is followed in the CBSE. I think that is the highest body in the country. The lot of students are writing the exams is the CBSE examinations, and they have adopted. Now, I have divided this problem statement or the experiment into 5 sections, which I have named section 1. You please declare the variables. So I gave you a sample of this. You can declare it as a variable. So I am declaring it as a int variable instead of int. I am declaring as a float variable. Now, second question I'm asking you, type convert. I'm asking you this variable convert into a string. Now I'll click here. There is 4 options for type conversion of that X into a string. And you need to pick up the right string. Sir, you don't need to mark the code. You can see which is the code, right code for that. So probably I'm assuming this could be the right code. I'm clicking this. Now I'm trying to ask the student, can you do this string? Which is the valid string operations? Because when you convert it to a string, all string operations are not valid. So I'm asking them pick up the right string operations. So string operators pick up this out of this, one will be correct. So I'm picking up the one of this experiment. Now I am asking you, if you want to display this as a final output, how do you display it and which is the right print statement here? Now I'm asking them to pick up the right print statement. I might be picked up one of that. Now you want to input what is expected outcome. I'm writing this is expected outcome, and you could say that any other comments you want to write down, you write down. Now, after writing this exam, I want to execute for the correct output. So I run this code, sir. Here I run this code. What am I doing? If I run this option, you could see here, I got 4 marks out of 10 marks. First one is correct, second one is wrong, and the right option is also here is written, sir. Please see here. My role is not to punish, sir. My role is let the student learn from the mistakes. So wrong answer will have also an option which is the right option. So here is the marks that has been created for the students, and student comes to know that what is his mistake, and that mistakes are here, and he or she could able to understand from her mistakes. Now, I also wants to generate this report. You please see, sir, this is experiment number 1, IGGTW, all the starting time duration. You please see what is the source code that the student has written. Here is the source code. I have written 56.67, and then the manipulation conversion to the string and manipulation of that, and print statement is this, and finally. So if it is really right options has been chosen, the code will be executed and output will be coming up. Since there might be some mistakes in the code, it is really doing the step marking. So the word I'm understanding, and from my learning experiences, step marking one should has to follow. The highest body of CBSE is following the step marking. And I can write here my name, and the faculty can do the signature. And again, here is the capture the signature option is there. I capture the signature and I'll go to the download, cert, and you will see here experiment number, including the source code you get. I don't think any beautiful way as a teacher I can able to conduct the lab exam, sir. And this could be a practice exam. And if we have such kind of options in our courses, the students, why do they copy, sir? Maybe few people might be copying who are not studying. At least the focus, many people will turn up into right students, and that is going to enhance the capabilities of our country. Education is one of the major thing. I think a terrorist will spoil only one time, sir, but education, if we spoil the students, the generations will be spoiled, sir. So therefore, my sincere request to all of you is try to use some good methodologies and teach in a right way in our classroom. I think that's the biggest resources that we are creating to our nation. So the difference, suppose if the student practices like this, many people not tend to do the cheating. Second, the problem of a teacher is also be resolved because you never get unbiased marking. And you go to the Viva, the same questions you may ask, the last students will get the benefit and first students will be punished. But here you are not doing it. Everybody equal opportunity. And automatic assessment. Then and there only the results are displayed to the students. I think what else we can have such kind of systems if we could use it and adopt to our students. And secondly, all these results marks will be available in a PDF in an Excel format for the faculty. Why should we note down and put a lot of work? And we should really put such kind of, and you conduct so many experiments, practice experiments, and create and give them for the students. I can take the printout or I can send an email and so forth. So, sir, the difference between, suppose I gave them a practice exercises like this. Now, the conduct of the exam, real exam, is only the difference is that in the real exam, the student should get whenever if you go to, for example, actual coding assessment labs, if I am going, you see here, it is asking me to enter the 6-digit PIN. On the day of the exam, I give this on the 1 minute prior, I'll give this PIN to the student, and the student will enter that PIN, and then the exam will be open for him or her. And then the rest of the procedure is same. There is no change except I am giving the PIN number. Otherwise, the student cannot be accessed. So, sir, I want your attention, your feedback. How do you feel this mechanism? Rate it, this future. Please rate it through the chat box. Then I'll go to the next component. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your feedback, and this is something. Now, another important thing that I wanted to show you here is, as one of the challenge our faculty members have asked me, I want to demonstrate a real world example, the practical use cases. Sir, I can take it to you one by one, the similar way to the NumPy numerical Python. For example, numerical Python, if I go to this, there is a theoretical slides here. I can able to demonstrate what is numerical Python is, NumPy, salient features, some experiments of this. So let us take one simple use case here. Now, I am saying this, I am importing NumPy as NP. This is my list. Okay. And I want to print this, for example, NumPy array, and so on and so forth. Sir, I'm not really worried. Let's take this example. This is a code. Okay. Now, as it is code I'm taking. Now, what I'm trying to do is, let us say I delivered a NumPy session to you. Now, I ask the students, write a program to add 2 array elements in the by using NumPy. This is an exercise I have given to the students. Sir, please look here. Here is the my Python course and practice. So the one of the beautiful thing in this also, you ask the students to write the lab manuals. They will come with the printed lab manuals to you. And I know so much of students copy from 10 people will do it. Rest of the students will copy it, sir. But here, what they can do is, on the day itself, you ask them to write a program for adding 2 numbers. So, sir, I can create the same experiment. So, I'll go to this slide and I pasted this same code. I write, let's say, RIET underscore NUM. This is my experiment. RIET num underscore num dot py. This is my experiment name, what I have written. Now I want to save this experiment. I am saving it here. So this code is saved. Now I want to run this. Name NP is not defined. I have not import. Write one statement. Import as NP, and again I save it. Now again I run it. I think I haven't printed the output. I write the print statement here. Print results. Again I save it. It's saved in the cloud. Now again I'm running it. So now you see, sir. Claps, sir. Claps, Kotandi. I'm, I'm just I teach in my class some Telugu words here in people to as somebody is mentioning that you need to make a jokes. So sir, it is true that sometimes if students of different language, I speak in my own native language, and students understand some keywords. So claps means here make your sounds like this. So to make the attention of the students in a class, these are the few things that you can able to do that. So now the point here is any students who wants to create their own experiments, they are all available in this cell. And I would like to show you that particular feature where are these codes are available now. Now I I have registered as a one of the user. Under my username, these are the experiments that I have created. I now look into that RIET experiment, which I have created right now. You may be able to see that this is all different examples I have done at different workshops and different places. Let me see this. Maybe it's showing somewhere. I think it will be there somewhere. These are the list of experiments that I have created during the demonstrations at different times. But I'm sure you will find here, at least you create some experiment in your username and you could create and run and save it. I want this to be given an exercise for this today's class. So I'm giving you 1 minute time. Take any simple, even print your name. Go to go to your my Python course and practice. Okay. And there you go to the my Python code. You can practice your code and save them. Click this. And here you give the file name and write the code here. So please do this. And I want to have at least 1 minute time. I'm giving it to you. How many of you can practice this particular future? So let us give 1 minute time. Please do that. And I'll ask everybody how many of you have done. Okay. How many of you have created one experiment and run it and got the results? Let me see. Okay, I think a couple of people have done it. Please do others. And did you find your experiment? Okay. I think a couple of people have done. Nice. Others can also practice it. You can also give the lot of. So the point here is, I may be conducted 20 experiments, for example, in a course. All these 20 experiments could be like this. For example, I have done some workshop in Vasavi long back or Visakha, for example. If I click it here, here is the code. This experiment I have done it in Visakha. So the point here is, I can able to make it whatever the experiment that I have done long back. They are all available. Yes, there's one more college name. By college name, I will open it here. Maybe some colleges here I went. Uh, let's say CBIT. I think long back I went to CBIT. I think this is a print statement. You could see welcome to CBIT. This example. So, sir, you can able to make all the students lab manual online available. Now, an NBA NAC comes up, you can really show that. And automatic assessment that you wanted to show, here is the point you can show this. So, this is a future. The lab file is on board. And this is the best example for an innovative teaching learning platform. So I think this could be another important feature. Now, I want to show that the feedback of users who have given me the feedback for my particular course. Now, probably this is a day where you might have somebody might have registered here. Yeah. Sir, Rambabu sir, there is, I think, three people. You could see. This screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you could see the date here, 16/12/2005. Madam Dharmisthala Raj Chaudhary, I guess. She has given the feedback. Okay. And the timing is also given. And there is another Uma Maheswari Madam has given the feedback. And R. Tamiz Maharan has given the feedback. So you could able to see that. Doesn't matter what is the feedback. I'm not interested, but you could see that the feedback is available and then and there. Probably this could be, I can make it as a blind feedback, but I wanted to demonstrate multiple things here. So therefore I could able to get. So in some of the workshops so far, I have received 564 entries, around 550, but there are very few people have given the feedback, maybe I think whatever so reasons. But this is the one thing. Earlier feedback I got in 6th month, and then there is the 5th month, 7th date I have got it. So I, as a teacher, you really can get all that kind of analytics. So this is one of this important additional feature what you wanted to do here in this thing. Now, moving ahead, another important component. Let me talk to this. So feedback, you can able to visualize it, and other components. I'm closing this modules. Let me. Okay. Now another important feature I wanted to demonstrate like this, uh, results. Now I actually want to show the results coding, actual coding assessment results. This is some results long back we have done at our university. I would like to show you some other results. You please see here. So the coding practice results, I think if some of you might have done only first experiments, you could see in this list what experiments you have practiced, you could able to get here. So in an Excel format, there are 10 experiments. I think And I can able to get the Excel file also. I can download the Excel file so that I can able to get the results here. So the faculty really can spend their time in the so people who have actually practiced is this much people. So their marks I could able to see. The other experiments they are not practiced. So this kind of results you can able to get again visualize this. Sir, I did not get any feedback form. Please share it. I don't know what is he saying. So please, sir, answer that Satya Sheila is writing. But anyway, now this is an additional feature on board you have in the system. Now moving ahead, now I would like to show you that there is if I go to the cloud computing CC assessment results. Sir, you please see here. This is actual results that is generated that I have taken it cloud computing in the last semester. And I have conducted two assessments, lab assessments. You could see how the marks of the student. Sir, you must appreciate this because there is no cheating. 100% assessment, 2, 2, 4, 6. One student has got 10 out of 10, and 2, 4, 6, 8. You could say another student has got 8. So this is the actual results of an MTech cloud computing students, what I have taken it long back in the coding assessments. Okay. So such kind of really you can able to engage, and I have conducted Stella 7.0. The one which I'm demonstrating is 5.0, but we have working currently in 7.0 where a lot of quizzes has been conducted for various subjects in the current semester that we have taken for the internal assessments. Now, I also would like to take the MCQ, the other subject assessment here, my computer organization, only assessments we have taken here, and the marks I'm going to show you here. So you see the computer organization, the marks here, out of 10, you could have students 4, 5, 7, and you can see the real distribution. You really plot this, you will get the bell curve. And that is any subject you teach honestly, and your question paper is properly designed, you must get the bell curve. And if you are not getting bell curve means there is some issue. The issue could be with the faculty, papers, question papers setting, or the paper could be leaked, or the students could not be prepared. So if the faculty teaches properly and honestly, you have done everything, the results should be in the bell curve. Okay, so this if you plot really you will be going to get the bell curve, and this is exactly what I have got. But of course, as an internal faculty, I need to change these marks. But the students will get to know this is my real marks in the test. But if you add 1 or 2 marks more, those students will have got less marks, and they really get a positive feedback. Yes, my efforts for the SAR has helped us, and you could also bring them and take some kind of counseling and give an option to correct that. So this is all we have an option. Now, another important component, one component that I wanted to demonstrate is that we'll go to the, for example, Matplotlib is one thing. Certain real-time examples, I wanted to showcase it one more feature. Maybe I'll go to Seaborn. Yeah. You could see, sir, here some experiments we have done, real world examples, demonstrate the clustering technique of k-means clustering. And as I said, sir, I have theoretical slides here. K-means clustering, what exactly, how Seaborn is going to do this, some basic introduction. And we what is scikit-learn K features, and then how do you get this is a real world example in machine learning. So segment count based on child mortality rate and expert percentages. This is a problem statement, motivation. I'm not teaching this, but what we have done, you have for explaining to the students, I have created some of these slides. What exactly clustering here is, okay, here is the 3 value, and first cluster, second and third cluster. Then how the program starts, load and pre-process the data, standardize the features. Apply K means clustering, design clustering to the data and visualize the clusters and end of this experiment. This is some introduction for the beginners about this problem statement. Now, I really want to execute this code. This is the code. You go to this claim is clustering and the data sets is written, and I can run this code. You are able to get it is really running the code. It will take little time and you get the part, the child mortality rate has been demonstrated, and you can able to visualize the data and it is actually integrating it. So likewise, we are able to add certain real world examples for the certain components. Of course, this is not the completeness. Then, for example, demonstrate the a reduction in the clustering using PCA technique. You can also have that technique and algorithms and all those concepts. So I'm not here really teaching the AI in the sense, but this is the platform that we have developed for the AI. And I wanted to make use of all salient features that you can able to create it. And I have here the home page. I can go to the home and I have the user account here. What is this user? So this is one particular component. So now I will summarize in few minutes the challenges. Now coming back to your question, sir. Now, first challenge is if I open this, the chart box, let me open the chart. You now those people who have asked what are the challenges, does this tool help you to address those challenges? Or you have anything that you would like to suggest? I would like to listen from you. Now, the first thing you mentioned that practical approach. All the tools, the required APIs has been integrated. Number one, theory, practice, and assessment, feedback, quizzes are all integrated in the single platform. The way you have seen, the same access rights will be getting to the students. The students who are even not coming to the classes for whatever medical reasons, even them, the students can get the access to all those content. And what are the innovative methodologies that you are following? You may refer so many of them. One of the thing is that's blended learning. So blind, you have a such a kind of blended learning here. Theory, practice, or integrated interactive learning methodology has been adopted in this particular platform. Then you have a real world examples are stitched together, and the tools coming to the tools, the industry tools has been integrated, and you don't need to worry about the licensing and all. Of course, all the data has been stored in the cloud anywhere, any system you can access. Only thing that you need is the internet access, and of course the internet access today is not inexpensive. So the data what you have created, all the files is visible. The faculty get the consolidated mark sheet, consolidated reports, consolidated attendance feedback where he or she can be corrected, and the faculty can give the exercises on practical side, exercises on theoretical sides, or conduct the exams. And therefore I have focused everything except the theoretical examinations where we are very much strong enough. Every institute conducts the theoretical examinations. I think, to my understanding, all of them do very nicely. Of course, it is the invigilator how to invigilate it, but the rest of the cases, I don't think there is any much cheating goes on. And but the practicals, the cheating, we have also addressed how to solve those problems and correct that. Therefore, we can really make the student. And we also discussed about instead of punishment, you have a innovative way of teaching is correction, and then all the proofs has been recorded, and along with the time and date stamp. I think I felt that this tool could help you, but of course, you can develop such kind of platforms for your own subjects as well. And we are trying for other versions. A lot of practical examples that we have done for artificial intelligence and other related courses. So I think since it is the time to 7:30, which I have given, so I look forward for your feedback, and I really appreciate many faculty members have participated in interactive way. I am very much happy for that, and I also congratulate the RIET entire team for hosting an activity, and a lot of efforts has to put forward. I request all of you to join complementing them and take the advantage of such sessions. And I wish you all the best. And now over to you for your question answers. And anybody interested to access, you can access with that URL and username for time being, and you can read. And any feedback you wanted to share, you can share with the system, or I'll be
Yes, sir.
sharing
Good evening,
you.
sir.
I will be sharing the my number if you need it. I'm
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
Sir, if I want to create for another subject, what is this app or any other website we have to go for Stella citation?
Sir, this
Ah,
is for because our aim is to have blended thing.
yes, sir.
One, you have to work out. It is not an easy means that if you have content, that doesn't mean that you can create it. You have to code it and you have to make some changes. Sir, some customization is required.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But this is actually tool. How to access this tool, sir?
I have already shared you the URL
Yeah.
and you have already signed it.
Yes, sir.
And now you can access that.
Can I change it for my particular subjects things?
Unless you create the content and experiments, customize it. How
Uh,
could you do, sir? You cannot do that. First of all, the content, and this is a beta version which we are sharing it to you.
okay.
Okay, but you can use it. There is no, kindly please share the feedback in link. I think this is coming up from the different.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions? So I request you share the overall feedback. I think if there is no questions, I once
Dear
again
participants, you have any questions?
I think the issues or the challenges, does this tool addresses the challenges? If say yes, you say the feedback, this could be yes, sir, this is addressed, and we can type yes. Yeah, I think once again, thank you, Rambabu sir. I hope this session is useful for the participants, and anybody has any issues or further to discuss, you can share my contact details and we will look forward. I think one is asking difference between Moodle and Stella. You have seen, sir, Stella is altogether different because no Moodle can give you an access to write your lab assessments. There are several differences, but there may be certain 20, 30, 40% commonalities, but you cannot create a lab assessment automatically. And the integration of the practical compilers tools, cloud integration the way you wanted, it cannot be done. There are many challenges or many differences, and there are certain similarities also. I hope that is, sir, please tell me the tool for C and data structures. Madam, we are using currently here in Stella for CC programming data structures. We are testing it for our place, and definitely we'll come forward. Integration of CC++ is also another objective which we have, and we are working it, madam. At present, I cannot share you the tool. It is in the development. So I think, sir, now the next session is scheduled. Probably the other speakers might be waiting. And I thanks once again all the participants, and really see any like you make there's so many interactions, so many interrupts, and I think that is how you need to engage. Sir, this could treat this is a classroom for you, and I'm sitting at remote at Delhi, but you could see that so much of interaction, attentiveness, and responses coming up because the system has such kind of provisioning. Of course, the teacher also should make use of those things. With this combination, teaching learning can go side by side, and we can produce the good citizens of the country. And I hope that this kind of platforms you can also start building, rather doing any dummy projects. You can make such kind of platforms at your UG/PG level. And I wanted to say at the end, this project is developed by my UG students. Some part of done is done by the PG students. So only I haven't coded any single thing in this. But what I needed, I got it done by my students. Everything in this, all what I needed as a teacher. So my thumb rule, my underlining statement here is you can also make use of your students. And this is not one project at 1 year. In 1999, this project is started for IoT. Then COVID came, and we learned COVID time how this kind of platform to be extended after that. Then AI boom came up. Then I thought of using this tool for artificial intelligence, and I am not reached to that level where I can teach every component of artificial intelligence, but we are trying now slowly. But every component, whatever I showed, is only coded by my students. That means this could be done at your place. But this project is every year I am extending, improving. So, sir, this is not a project which I can bought it or I coded. It's purely created by contribution of my UG/PG students, and what I needed, I got it done with them. And then, of course, my contributions in the design, development in terms of tools, facilitating and testing all the methodology you need to guide that. And that is what now many people have been using it, and we try to bring this platform for further to use it. Thank you very much, sir. Over to you, Rambabu, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, SRN Reddy, Doctor, for the wonderful session on the AI and education and research. The way you explained was truly enlightening. The session has greatly enriched our understanding of the topic and received excellent appreciations from the participants. On behalf of the management, principal, coordinator, organizing committee, and all the participants, we express our sincere gratitude to you for sharing your valuable time and sharing your expertise with us. Once again, thank you and look forward to your continued association with our institution in the future.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice time.
Thank you, sir. Thank
We
you very
now-
much, sir.
Yes, sir. I am just leaving, sir. Now, please continue.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
We now move on to the session 4 of FDP program. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Dr. N. Uday Bhaskar, Professor and then Student Affairs, Department of Management Studies, Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajahmundry. He holds a PhD in Retail Service, Quality Management, and has over 23 years of experience in teaching and industry. Dr. Bhaskar has published extensively in national and international journals, completed research projects, conducted several training programs, and organized academic events. He has also presented his research internationally in countries like the USA, Malaysia, and Singapore. We are honored to have him with us for today's FDP session. Dr. N. Uday Bhaskar, Professor and HOD at Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajahmundry. On behalf of the management, principal, coordinator, and the entire organizing committee, I warmly welcome Dr. and Uday Bhaskar and request them to kindly take over the session on the topic Systematic Review of Literature Using AI.
Hello.
సార్ ఇది డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతుంది అప్డేట్ అవుతుంది నాకు జూమ్ యాప్ ఒక జాయిన్ ఫ్రమ్ ది
Dear participants, you can take a 2 to 3 minutes break. The session will be begin in 3 minutes.
Hello. Hello. హలో
ఉదయ్ సార్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు నా వాయిస్ క్లియర్ గా వినిపిస్తుందా?
రైట్ సార్.
ఓకే సార్, ఇది
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Lavanya.
It's
Lavanya,
Sir,
you can introduce once again.
it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Dr. N. Uday Bhaskar, Professor and then Student Affairs, Department of Management Studies, Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajahmundry. He holds a PhD in Retail Service Quality Management and has over 23 years of experience in teaching and industry. Dr. Bhaskar has published extensively in national and international journals, completed research projects, conducted several training programs, and organized academic events. Also presented his research internationally in countries like the US, Malaysia, and Singapore. We are honored to have him with us for today's FDP session. Dr. N. Uday Bhaskar, Professor and HOD, Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajahmundry. On behalf of the management, principal, coordinator, and the entire organizing committee, I warmly welcome Dr. N. Uday Bhaskar and request them to kindly take over the session on the topic systematic review of literature using AI.
Yeah, is my screen visible, madam?
Screen, sir. Share your screens.
Just give me a minute, sir. Is it visible, madam, now?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, good evening. Sorry for the delay of maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I got delay because of some unexpected issue. I once again welcome all the participants. Is everything all right, sir? My voice and everything?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first of all, I congratulate the Wright College and Rambab Reddy Garu and the principal of this college for organizing such a wonderful FDP for all the benefit of faculty, students, and scholars. So the present topic which is given to me is systematic review of literature using AI. So I hope how many of the participants are completed PhD and how many of the participants are in the process of completing their PhD, or how many of the participants are students and would like to pursue their PhD. If I have some basic information, it will help me to effectively plan the lecture. May I know, sir, how many are the composition of the participants? How many are doctorates and how many are in the process of completing the doctorates, like that?
Sir, 20 members are doctorates, sir. And the rest of
Okay.
them are aspirants, sir. They are currently pursuing PhD, sir.
Okay, most of them are faculty or most of them are students?
Most of them are faculty, sir.
Okay. So I once again welcome for the session. I hope that this session will give you some meaningful insights about how to do the systematic research, mostly for the management perspective. I know that most of the faculty are from computer science background and science background, technology background, but still I feel that you find that this discourse will suitable for you to enhance your research. And I'll quickly, I don't have many slides, but I would like to share my experiences in pursuing the research, and I would like to try to refine the research process in a very simplified manner. So this slide focuses upon why research to be carried on. I don't take much time. So comfort and convenience are the major drivers for business today. So any technological advancement or any scientific advancement or any innovation due to the computer science, the end of the all the innovations and all the developments are they have some business applications. So or maybe a better solutions for the customers. So that's how there is no end for the research, and it will be continued. And to remain strong in the business, to handle the competition, and for expansion of the business, and to ensure satisfaction of the customers, and to gain business leadership, companies are now focusing on research, let it be technical research or management research or any kind of research, uh, to withstand with the business. Then to innovate, to launch new products, research is inevitable. So companies are spending almost about 35% of their profits, especially on R&D, research and development, for the betterment of their process, for the betterment of their products and services. And they are always thinking about in a new manner, so that how they can better satisfy the customer. And research also helps us to take decisions appropriately, and are the right decisions related to the business or maybe any technological information. So this slide focuses upon we need more comfort and convenience, and we need quality and strong decisions for our business and other related areas. So that's how research is inevitable. Then why this a review of literature? This particular part is mostly neglected. I can say that mostly undervalued or overlooked part of many of the researchers. But in my opinion, a review of literature helps us to pinpointedly focus upon what exactly has been done by the earlier researchers and what is supposed to be done by the next generation researchers, and what exactly the research gap. Once if you are strong enough in the review of literature, then it helps you to answer the questions automatically, and it makes you independent, and it helps you in all the phases of the research process, like defining the problem, drafting the research questions, and maybe the methodological issues, sampling, what kind of tools and techniques that you are supposed to use. Everything was clearly mentioned in the review of literature. And in my opinion, the first chapter in any thesis should start with the review of literature. Generally, we have 5 chapters: introduction, review of literature, methodology, data analysis, summary of findings, conclusions, and suggestions. But the second chapter, which focuses on the review, one should start with the review. Then, once somebody is strong in that particular review, then they can simultaneously write the other chapters. So, review of literature is such a important area, and which is the foundation for all other areas. So review of literature is somebody quoted like this: it is to identify what everybody has done, and to think what nobody else has thought of doing. So anybody's research is not 100% complete. There are several other researchers who are behind you, and there are several other researchers who are ahead of you. So what is your piece of research to the body of knowledge is very important. So that's how, in order to start a research, one should be very, very clear about what was happened and what is happening and what supposed to happen in the area of research has to be mentioned appropriately. That's why this will focus. So my discussion is only 3 parts, so I don't want to confuse much. So the beginning of the review of literature, and the process of the review of literature, and how we should close the review of literature. This is how the 3 parts will be discussing. Again, once I complete, maybe some time, maybe there for discussions and clarifying your doubts. And I'm happy if you interrupt me, if you stop me, if you question me, so that the session may be more meaningful rather than a one-man's discourse. So I welcome once again the participants. Feel free to ask your questions, doubts regarding review of literature and how we have to go ahead. So let me focus upon the significance of the research being guiding the PhD candidates. I completed, I guided almost 10 scholars and presently guiding 8 scholars. Most of the scholars, they overlook the importance of the review and they quickly go into the questionnaire preparation, data collection, analysis, and writing the papers. But once if you read some articles and go through what they have mentioned, then it will makes you some contemporary reader. Contemporary reader is something like what is happening in your research area. There is no alternative that we have to read the articles in an appropriate manner and to evaluate the earlier efforts. So it is like the theory building or the knowledge building is a step-by-step process. What are the contributions of the earlier researchers? One should have some prominent understanding about the efforts of the earlier researchers and what you are doing it and what is supposed to be done the next level. So to know the future, and one should have a reliance on the past, then only the present will bridge the gap between the past and the future. So most of us will ignore the past and very eager for the future, and that may help, that may sometimes may lead to some kind of wrong decisions in the present scenario. So it is inevitable for all of us to understand what was happened earlier. And once, if it is strongly underwent the review of literature, we can identify the potential gaps for the research. Most of the thesis or maybe the research proposals are dependent upon the significance of the study or need for the study or research gap. So how we will write the research gap, how exactly we will identify the research gap is through review of literature only. And it is also helps us to potentially position the objectives of the research in the most appropriate manner, and it is also helps us to draw the limitations of the research. So that is also there. So once if you are very strong in the review of literature, you will become a contemporary reader and you will understand what the earlier researchers were done, and it is easy for you to write the significance of the study or need for the study or research gap. And it is also helps us what could be the more important objectives for your research, and then you know the boundaries of your research. That's technically we will call it as limitations of the study. So it is easy to begin the review. So what we will, how we will start is like why to do. So need and significance of the research or need and significance of the review is like you are in the middle of the process and somebody has already contributed to that. If you know what exactly they contributed, then you can bridge the gap. So we are not doing a big part, we are doing a small and important part to fill this particular gap. So this can be understood in a simple with a simple example. Like you are doing some research in the area of customer satisfaction, maybe some in pharmaceutical business. So in pharmaceutical business, customer satisfaction, how it will happen, and how many researchers were contributed in that, and what is your part. So I have taken an example of construction of a house. So we cannot construct the house maybe in a particular period of time. So some workers or some people will do something, some people will do something over a period of time, maybe in 1.5 years, 2 years, the complete house will be constructed. Suppose to what extent the house is constructed, then only you can go for the next stage. So for house construction, foundation, then pillars, then constructing the bricks, then constructing the roof, then there is a sequence of activities will be there. And what is your role, your part in the sequence of the activities, if you are able to know, then only you can proceed further. Otherwise, if somebody already completed the foundation part and still you are doing the same thing, there is no purpose. Then in the research also, it is like more or less same. If already somebody did the same aspect, same topic, and you are repeating the same, then the research may not be meaningful. So what you understood for the earlier researchers and what exactly is drawn, what is the expectations of the society. Then if you know the research gap, then only you can start. So it is also applicable for inventing a new drug. So to my knowledge extent, there is no 100% complete cure and medicine for COVID-19. And there are several molecules, several combinations of drugs have been tested. Let us say some 1,000 combinations of drugs have been tested on coronavirus, and all the 1,000 experiments were failed. Then you are a new researchers who are interested to identify a molecule or drug for coronavirus. Then you should understand what experiments are already failed. And if you are repeating the same, it is all time waste. Suppose if you came to know that these are the molecules have been tested already and 1,000 experiments were failed, and you can start from 1,001. So you may end up with conducting some 500 experiments and still there is no high hit of finding a right molecule which will cure the coronavirus. Then some other researcher will come. He will start from 1,501. Let it be computer science research or maybe technological research or science research. The point is very simple and straight. What research has been already done by your earlier or your senior researchers, and what are the outcomes of the research, and what is the present research, and what is the expectations of the future. So if you know this, then you can bridge the gap in the present scenario. So this is what I would like to say, to know what has been done already and to assess what has to be done. So this appears to be very simple, and it takes almost 6 months to 1 year only to identify the research gap. It is not simple, as I told, to read the efforts of the earlier, to understand the contributions of the earlier researchers. You have to focus on the collecting of the articles from different databases and formulate into a particular table. Then understand, try to read the abstract of the journal. Then if the abstract finds fit and interesting, then one has to read the conclusion of the article. Then if the abstract and conclusion finds appropriate, suitable to you, then you have to read the entire text of the article. So generally we will download the articles, but we never read completely about the articles. But this gives very meager exposure and knowledge towards the article. So let it be any article, try to read the abstract. The purpose of abstract is to understand the gist of that particular presentation. Then for that particular article, abstract is interesting. Then we have to go to the conclusion. Then the conclusion is also interesting. Then that means that is a relevant article for you. Then you have to read the entire text. If the entire text, the body of the journal article is suitable for you, that article may help you to understand some significant contribution made by the earlier one. So that's how it is like lessons from past versus ideas for future. So if you read completely, if you do this particular exercise of reading the articles, maybe first article, second article, maybe 30th article and 50th article, your idea towards that particular chosen area will increase. Then you will become a contemporary reader. Then you have some idea what is happening in the area of your research. Then automatically you know that this has to be done, and you will be having some thoughts like, if this is done, the research will be better. Then that will be the research gap. So the beginning part is like, we have to get the articles, we have to read the articles, we have to understand the articles. Then we will know that what has been done by the earliers. I hope I am making sense. And if you have any objections, any issues at this particular moment, please stop me, please question me. So the levels of understanding is also should range from global level, then national level, then regional level, then local level. Then how this clarification should be done? Let us say, as most of the faculty are in computer science, and I'm taking the example, I know little about the computer science research because I belong to the management faculty. I'll take 2 examples so that you can understand in a better manner. You'd like to do research in some kind of big data or data science. So for that, let us say the example may be considered as data science area. So data science is an area, and who are the global researchers or international level researchers that are happening across the world? That could be your understanding. Is anybody is doing in the world on that particular topic called data science. Then somebody is doing in Germany, somebody is doing in USA, somebody is doing in Australia. Okay, you get to know that, okay, these people are doing in these particular companies or in this particular area in the broad topic called data science. Then that particular level is over. Then you have to come to the national level. In India, because we are residing in India, then you have to understand what kind of research related to data science is happening in India. Let us say IITs are doing any research, or maybe IIScs are doing any research, IIITs are doing any research, and who are the professors that are actively engaged in data science research at the national level. So once the global level is created, then you have to narrow down it to national level. Then you have to narrow down it to the regional level. Maybe most of us are residing in AP, then Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in the combined districts. How many researchers are actually doing research in the field called data science? Then the local level, maybe within the area is anybody is doing. If anybody is doing good, if anybody is not doing, that means that will be the research gap. So you can write your in the review itself that these are the global researchers or international researchers doing at these particular places on that particular domains, and these are the national level researchers, and these are the regional level researchers, and nobody is doing in my area, in my region. So that's how I chosen this particular topic is very, very important, and that is my research topic. Let us say I'll this is a computer science related example, but it will be better for me if I explain in management related research. The topic of the research is like service quality measurement or service quality assessment in apparel retailing. So this may be the chosen topic. Apparel retailing, who are the global level researchers across the world? Is anybody did research in service quality measurement in apparel retailing? Then is there anyone who are interested in service quality measurement in national level, apparel retailing at national level, regional level, and local level? So that nobody is did in East Godavari apparel service quality. Then my research interest is like I would like to do service quality measurement in apparel retailing with respect to East Godavari district. East Godavari place. So how I have concluded this is like I have consolidated the efforts of the researchers at a global level, national level, regional level, and I finally configured it to local level. So this is, if the research demands geographic location specific, then you can go for this. There is no hard and fast rule that this has to be followed 100%. Then this is also will work. So some kind of topics, then you have to go for the major works that are happened, narrow topics that are happened, then concepts that are happened, then relationships and timeline of the research. I will explain the management example first, then we will move on to the computer science. Like major works in service quality. Service quality is nothing but quality of services rendered by a particular organization. So retailing, you may be, all of us may be familiar with. Apparel retailing is there, pharma retailing is there, furniture retailing is there, groceries retailing is there. So if service quality and retailing, these are the two big areas actually. So what kind of works or researches have been done in service quality? What kind of research works has been done in apparel retailing? So these two works, if you are merging, then you can have several permutations and combinations like service quality in pharma retailing, service quality in furniture retailing, service quality in groceries retailing, service quality in several other retail formats. Then there may be having some researches was done in that particular retail formats, and no significant researches were done in apparel retailing. So I have taken service quality is a particular aspect domain, and apparel retailing is unexplored or less explored research area. Then you can join combined, then your research topic emerge as service quality in apparel retail. Likewise, you can take big data or data science. What are the major works that are carried on in data science at different places by different people, and what specific topics that have been conducted? You can narrow down it. You can focus on what are the variables of the study that relates to the concepts, and what are the relationship of that particular variable. Timeline is something like during the last 5 years, or maybe 3 years or 2 years, what kind of research has been conducted in that particular domain called data science. Maybe geographically you can illustrate. If you read, if you are confident about it, that will be the emergence of significant gap, or that will be your need for the study, or that will be your scope for future research. So this takes more of reading, and there is no shortcuts for it. And you have to read the articles. You have to find whether the article is relevant to you, related to you or not. So that takes more time. So how to find a relevant article is, I already told you that read the abstract of the article, and if the abstract is related to your research interest, then you read the conclusion of the article. Then the conclusion also finds suitable for your research interest, then you read the entire article. And if you find that the entire article is related to you, your research area, that is contributed by someone, then you have to save it in a different folder. So one article like that, you should at least read like more than 100 to 150 articles, so that you can understand what are the major works that are carried on, completed in your research domain, what are the narrow topics that were explored, what are the concepts that have been established, what relationships they tried to prove, and timeline. In timeline is something like in how many years these were happened. Are you confining about 10 years research or 5 years research, like that? If you are confident, then the beginning part of the review of literature is over. So I just focus upon that, lessons from past versus ideas for future. And nobody's research is not standardized. Everybody research is their own unique individual journey, and we have to do by ourselves, so that we will understand what exactly done by others, what exactly contributed in the chosen area. If you know that that particular chosen area is fully explored or fully researched, then you have to go for the other area, but generally it won't happen. No research is 100%, no research is 100% perfect. There is always some kind of gaps are there. The gaps are nothing but the limitations of the research. That also gives birth to the scope for the further research. So this is the beginning part of the research. Then the process focuses upon how to move, or how to go ahead with the research. Once you know that, identified that this particular research area in this particular domain was not fully explored or fully researched, and that becomes your interested research topic, then the process comes into the picture. So this is like a hub and spike method, or inverted V method. Let us say hub and spike method. This is also very important. Hub and spike is like, you imagine a cycle wheel. Then the center of the cycle wheel, we'll call it as a hub, and from each spike, from hub, there you will find different spikes. The center of the hub, we will call it as the main research area, and from the main research area, several sub research areas will emerge. So each sub research area, we will call it as a spike, and from the spike again another sub research area will arise, that will become again another hub kind of thing. So it is like a big hub, then it will be having different spikes, and from each spike leads to another hub, then again spikes will generate, again hubs will generate, and it is a continuous process. Then you should know at what branch, at what leaf, at what trunk you are doing. So that helps you in a better manner. So I will explain the same old example, how to understand the hub and spike method related to service quality. So service quality is nothing but measuring the quality of services in different businesses. Let us say service quality in hospitals, that is one hub. Then this will generate service quality in private hospital, service quality in government hospital, is like spike which is generated from that particular hub. Then service quality in banks is another hub. Then you will be having several spikes: service quality in telecommunications, service quality in tourism, service quality in hotels. Like different hubs will be there, and again one hub you will be having different spikes. Let us say if you take service quality in hotels, then the spikes will be service quality in 5-star hotels, service quality in 3-star hotels, service quality in 5-star hotels in tier 2 cities, tier 1 cities, like the geographic specific, you can extend like that. So the hub is like the main area, spike is like maybe a particular research domain, that how it was happening. Let us say you can also understand related to the computer science, maybe the data science. We are taking the example, data science researchers were carried on in US, so USA data science research will become the hub. Then who are the others, or who are the researchers contributed in USA becomes the spike. Then the same USA research model of the research is applied in Australia. Then it gives one spike which is originated in Australia, and several business domains were tested in Australia. Then Australia data science research will become the hub, and who are extended that particular research in Australia will become the spikes. Then that is extended to India, and India, some of the researchers were extended the same model, same coding, same logic in different parallels or different culture. Then that will become the hub. So you have 3 hubs and different spikes. Somebody did it in USA, somebody did the same research in Australia, and somebody are doing in hub. So it is like, suppose if you imagine a tree, then the main trunk, then you will be having branches, and you will be having sub branches, and each branch there are some leaves are there. So what particular leaf you are working gives you some kind of understanding. So you can consider it as a hub and spike, or you can compare with the main trunk, and then how many branches it has been scattered, it has been divided, and from each branch how many sub branches the research has been extended, from each sub branch what kind of leaf you are working. I'm just giving an example so that you can understand the complete picture of your research interest and domain, which we'll call it as a hub and spike method. Then inverted V is also like general research area to specific research area, that how you can able to understand. Maybe this is applicable for the young researchers. When they joined in the first year, they simply say that they would like to do their research in management. So management is a big term again. So management is having different domains, let us say finance, marketing, and human resource management. So finance, marketing, and HR. Finance is one specific domain, marketing is one specific domain, and human resource management is another specific domain. Let us say if you say marketing is your research domain, and again marketing, there are several subdomains are there. Let us say the subdomains may be customer satisfaction, maybe customer loyalty, or maybe market segmentation, market targeting, like that. Let us say if you come to again customer satisfaction, then customer satisfaction in banking, customer satisfaction in retailing, then customer satisfaction in colleges, or customer satisfaction in different areas you can go. So it is like the general is I would like to do my PhD in management discipline. So that is very broad. The specific next is I would like to do my PhD in marketing. Again, it is very broad. And in marketing, I would like to do my PhD in customer satisfaction. Okay, then in customer satisfaction, I would like to do my PhD in customer satisfaction, that to retailing. Okay, then next domain, maybe I would like to do my PhD in customer satisfaction, that too in apparel retailing. So this is how from general to specific you have to narrow down. Nobody will help you at this particular process what exactly you are doing, what exact point that bothering you will help you to exactly focus upon that particular area is this hub and spike method, and inverted V method, like general to specific, so that it will help you to understand your research topic in the most appropriate manner. Then how to narrow down or how to understand this particular area, we have certain tools are there, like we have secondary data, published articles, news magazines are there, bibliography, unpublished tools are there, online databases are there, which you are very much interested. Then we have, you can conduct some interviews, observations, and focus group discussions to share your research topic or to finalize your research topic. Then somebody may have the doubt what journals I have to follow, and what databases I have to follow. That is also a very important question. I thought of expecting this particular aspect. Let us say journal quality list is there. So JQL is there. Now people are calling it as UGC care list, or ABDC journals are there. You have to first identify your research domain, then identify 5 best journals. That those journals are enough. In that particular 5 journals, go back to the last 5 years to identify the top researchers in the proposed topic, and then you have to prepare a table. Let us say I'm interested in data science research. Then you download this journal quality list, or ABDC. What are the top 5 journals that are there to publish the articles in the data science research? You will be having journal 1, journal 2, journal 3, journal 4, journal 5. Then each journal, you download the articles which are published for the past 5 years. Let us say now we are in 2025 December. Then you have to start with at least 2020 December to 2025 December. Identify the top journals and download or get the information for the last 5 years. Then you can easily identify who are the top researchers in the proposed research area. Then automatically you can prepare the hub and spike method, or inverted method. For some researchers, period of study is 5 years. Like for economics and accounting research, the period of study may be 15 years or 20 years. For most of the technological advancements, it is sufficient to understand the 3 years or 2 years research. If the technological shift, if the technological change is too drastic and heavy, so you can reduce the period of study. And you can also mention in your research that I have collected the articles from journal quality list, and I have identified the best journals in that particular domain area. These are the 5 best journals, and I have also downloaded for 3 years, that is 2022 to 2023, and I got 100 articles, and I summarized all the 100 articles, and I got this particular emergence of the topic. So this is how this process will work. So hope you understood this. And every researcher, the quality list will change, and the articles will change, and the researchers will change. Then they have to prepare a table or diagram. So what article will communicate to them? So serial number 1, maybe the name of the researcher, objectives of the study, research methodology they are adopted, key findings of the study, and suggestions or conclusion of the study. So for a one article, you prepare an Excel. Then in the table, you have to get all the essence of that particular articles. Suppose if you have 100 articles, you will be having 100 rows explaining the researcher, year of the study, objectives of the study, then methodology that have adopted, and what kind of findings they have, what kind of solutions they have. Then you will be having a very thorough understanding of this. Then these are the some of the resources that are available. ACM Digital Library, Blackwell Journals, everything is self-explanatory. I think some colleges, they have the access to this particular databases, and some, if they don't have, it's not a big issue. Then most of the central universities and institutes of national importance like IITs, IIMs, so they have the access to the sources, and one need to attend a short-term program, maybe an FDP or a workshop there, and then get the access to that library, then get downloaded all the particular articles, then prepare a table, who did what in what time period, and what are the outcomes of that particular author. Then it will helps you a lot in a bigger manner. And there may be other sources are relevant for the researchers that I may be skipped, but that is also important. So these are the annual reports are also available. This is more related to the management research. So CMIE research is nothing but Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. So you can get the 10,000 plus companies, balance sheets, profitability, and other related aspects, national statistics, population, etc. So now and then data collection is easy, but you have to identify what data you require. That is most challenging rather than identifying the data source. We are confused about what data you are in need of and what is for what you are collecting the data and what are your research questions and objectives. That is more and more important. If you know the destination, the journey becomes simple. If you don't know the destination, the journey becomes tough. So that's why the review of literature helps you to understand the research journey in a more simplified and comprehensive manner. Then automatically you will find some or the other databases so that you can download the articles or maybe the related information. So anyhow, I will share this particular PPT to the coordinators and organizers of the team. Then you can also download. Then the third step, which we discussed, is like the closure of the review of literature and how to present your understandings. So you have to mark your place, area of research in contrast to others. So many people already got the PhD degrees and you are doing your part. And after you also, the research won't stop and it will continue. So what is your mark or what is your contribution in the whole body or in the whole theory of knowledge? You have to emphasize correctly. So in what way you can emphasize is like you can compare with others, you can criticize the earlier researchers and establish your research argument. You can evaluate, you can judge, you can summarize, you can synthesize. Like, I'm not happy with the research done by my friend, I can criticize him openly, and then I can formulate my research topic. Or somebody did in USA, somebody did in Australia, and I would like to sum up the Australian research and American research, and I would like to focus on that same topic in India. So summarizing is possible, synthesizing is possible, comparing is possible. That's okay. Everything is okay, but proper justification is required. So what were done by the earliers and what your contribution in the whole research is very, very important. It is like placing the bricks in a scientific manner. If you are constructing a wall, like somebody do the brickwork. So I completed my PhD placing my brick, and there is a gap you identified in the earlier case, and you have to place your brick. Then somebody will place their bricks, and the bricklaying will be over. Somebody do the plastering, somebody will do the painting. So once the painting is over, somebody will extend it. So we are not constructing or we are not preparing the whole part. Let me explain in a simple manner. A textbook consists of several chapters, and each chapter, the end of the chapter, you will be having conclusion, and several others were contributed to prepare a particular chapter. Let us say for a chapter, there may be having some 50 references. So all the 50 contributors are helpful to contribute the chapter so that you are getting a chapter, and somebody consolidated the efforts of hundreds of researchers, and he summarized, or he developed in the form of a book. So I written a book. It doesn't mean that I am the sole or whole contributor for the book. I synthesized and I summarized my earlier efforts, and I duly acknowledged with them with the form of references. Likewise, a book writer is not the sole contributor. He consolidated the efforts of the many people. So likewise, if you see the book, then you can understand how many people are contributed to write a book. Then you can also go for the grassroots of the proposed study. So how to understand the grassroots of the proposed study is like whom, when, where, what, and how the earlier researchers were studied. Like who did that particular research, at what period they did that particular research. Where in the sense means the geographical place. What are the objectives of their study, and how is simply like methodology of the study. If you have the answers of your research topic, like who did, when did, where they did, how they did it, and what they did it, then you will become independent researchers. Independent researcher is nothing like that. You are less dependent on your guide. you know what you are supposed to do. If you have very complex and difficult issues only, then only you can consult and contact the guide. But generally, what we will imagine is like that the supervisor will help and the supervisor will give appropriate suggestions and all. But in practice, it is your research, it is your understanding, and it is your journey. The guide or the supervisor will act as a facilitator or maybe the supporter, but he will only show the direction, but you have to walk the whole research journey. Suppose if you have doubt in what methodology you should adopt, then I have this answer is there. Here the answer is, if you prepare a particular table, like prepare a table of diagram of earlier researchers, what methodology they adopted, you simply adopt. You are worried about what techniques they have adopted, what tools they have used, how they framed the objectives. You simply adopt how earlier's work did. So it is like you are not the first person to do the research. Already several people did in several scenarios, in several phenomena. All you have in the form of a table or diagram, and you are 100% confident of that. So that you can also focus on that. So who did it, when they did it, where they did it, what they did it, and how they did it. The earlier researchers were studied, and you will get the clues. Then you have to question, are they appropriate? Appropriate in the sense means, is there any gaps in the research? If there are gaps, that is also helpful for you so that you can prepare that particular research in a better manner. Then you have to summarize all your review of literature in a most scientific manner. That is like we have APA guidelines. Most of the thesis are, some universities will follow some guidelines like MLA guidelines, Chicago guidelines will be there, and UGC recommends APA guidelines, American Psychological Association guidelines is there. So whatever you write, you have to follow certain style. So this style is like globally adopted. APA is nothing but globally adopted, and there are several tools are there. Once if you have the idea, then they will make it into APA style. Then you have tables and graphs and diagrams for your closure. So I'll again repeat this the process how to do. So in the beginning part, you should understand what are the contributions of the earlier researchers. Then you will get the ideas for the future, what is supposed to be done. So your understanding should be at a global level, national level, regional level, and local level. And your understanding should be what major works were done in your research domain, how the major work was subdivided, and what concepts they have focused, what relationships they have established, and what is the timeline or period of study. So this may be understood in an appropriate manner, and the closure is there. So to close scientifically also, we have chronological like year by wise. Like suppose if you completed your research from 2020 to 2025, then you can follow an order most latest to recent past 2025 to 2020. You can go step by step, or you can go for 2020 to 2025. What are the advancements, developments that are happened in your research has to be mentioned. Issues and topic wise also you can go for. Then what are the boundaries and limitations of the research also be clearly explained. So what is my research area and who are contributed, what are the step by step advancements are there. Then that the theory building has to be done by the researcher, so that it will be gives you some kind of more understanding about the research. Let us say if you are interested in data science, why data science? Before data science, what is the interested topic and what made them to choose only data science? What are the applications of the data science? Why data science has to be studied? And who are the active researchers in the field of data science? Then you have to explain everything. So you will become an up-to-date reader and active researcher in the field of data science. So if I are the best researchers in the data science, you should question what are the best articles in data science. You should question, you should have some answer like that. Then once your review is completed, then next researchers who are interested to do in the same domain, then this will be like a guiding force for them. So it is like walking in the midnight with a single torchlight you have. So through torchlight, you cannot you cannot focus the entire journey. Suppose you are supposed to walk for 1 kilometer and you have only a torchlight in the midnight, or there is no other light that is available. But torchlight only focuses for 10 feet. But if you walk for 10 feet, then again another 10 feet, the same light will help you to walk through. So with the same torchlight, slowly moving 10 feet, 10 feet, you can complete the 1 kilometer journey. So likewise in the research also, like review of literature is a foundation. If you do it completely, then that particular part will provide you some direction for another aspect. Then if you walk there, then automatically your knowledge will enhance, enlighten, then you can walk further. That's how step by step you can go ahead. You cannot have, or your knowledge at this particular level may not see the entire part, but you should walk at your own pace and own rate so that you can go for. But the true review of literature should be a critical evaluation. So by reading that particular review of research, you should have some understanding with consensus, avoid verbosity, like duplication should be avoided, that is to be there. This is the first slide I have shown. So clear understanding about the research problems, various dimensions, and one need to become the earlier reader and to evaluate the earlier efforts, who already contributed and what, to potentially identify the gaps for research and why you are doing the research and what are the boundaries of your research. You only should tell. So this is not drawn from the cases. So there are some tools like meta-analysis and all. So by pressing that particular tools, you will get some articles get downloaded. But the problem of AI is that like it won't think like you, and what exactly you need it won't understand. So but for review of literature, you for downloading various articles, you use the AI tools, take the help of the AI tools. But for screening, for filtering, for understanding the research articles, you have to work. And there are meta-analysis such tool is there. If you put some keywords and it will filter for you, and again one good article if you miss, then entire direction of the research will change. So this is what I thought of discussing this. And once if you understand and you have some questions, we will go. And then we will move on to the next topic. So research has to be extended, improved, and also challenged.
Hello, sir.
Otherwise, it. Sir, చెప్పండి.
Yeah, sir. You
Hello.
told about meta-analysis tool for
Yeah.
it is either can we access that, sir? What is the name of that meta-analysis? For what purpose?
Meta-analysis, sir. Meta-analysis.
Okay.
I have to say that I am a professor of management and I have less knowledge related to this particular tools and their utilities. But my essence of this particular topic is to create some enlightenment how the review should be done. So there are NM tools are there, but the filtering and screening of the tools may match with your interest or may not match with your interest.
Yes,
So this is like, what is your research interest and how do you arrive to that particular research interest is the question. So you should have some justification to finalize your research interest. So that is what my point. For that, you need some article support. Meta-analysis is generally used, sir. It will download the articles if you have access to the databases. If you press some keywords like your research keywords, then it will download all the related articles and it will prepare the table like name of the researchers, objectives of the study, methodology of the study, key findings of the study. And if you can give the options like that in the preferred options, it will download and it will spread some Excel sheet. It will generate automatically, so it will help you to read the articles in a simplified manner. That's what I came to know. I didn't apply it, but you can try. Did you got my point, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Shall I further continue, or do you have any questions at this moment?
Yeah, continue, sir.
Okay. So this is my research model, which explains so that it is comfortable for me. So service quality is a dimension which is influenced by physical aspects, reliability, personal interaction, convenience, and courtesy and policy. These are the variables which are affecting service quality, and service quality is again influencing customer satisfaction, and service quality and customer satisfaction is influencing customer purchase behavior. So those who are not computer science background, please bear with me. This is only a sample model. So my interest is like how service quality will influence customer satisfaction and customer purchase behavior. I have to measure all these things. So these are the items, these are the questions which are used to measure service quality. These are the questions which are used to measure the customer purchase behavior. These are the questions which are used for customer satisfaction. And these are my variables of study. Why only service quality? I have answer. Why only customer satisfaction? I have answer. Why only customer purchase behavior? I have answer. Why you are mentioned only 23 questions to measure service quality? I have the answer. Why only these 6 variables influences service quality? I have the answer. The basis for my answer is nothing but the research. I framed this model, but somebody may not happy with this model. They can criticize, they can compare, they can adopt. So I adopted in Andhra Pradesh. Somebody would like to extend the research in Tamil Nadu, that is okay. So this will become the base for them. Suppose they are not happy with the model and they can deliberately claim that this model is wrong. Somebody wrongly coined this particular model. My opinion is in a different manner. For that is also okay. I told you that in my earlier case, you can compare, you can criticize, you can synthesize, you can sum up, you can evaluate, you can add new, in contrast to what earlier were done. So this is like theory development, and it may be little boring, but still I would like to focus on maybe another 10 minutes. Then we can conclude that theory building is like we are adding our own point to the whole theory. Let us say we are our research contributions are very insignificant when you compare with the theory development, but still the theory development is focuses upon 4 essential elements. What is one essential element? What factors logically should be considered as part of the explanation of the social or individual phenomenon of interest? So and criteria for consideration is comprehensiveness and parsimony. Let us say what means ultimately you are establishing, you are proving some logical relationships in your research, or maybe in the science research, like you may be focusing on process optimization, or you may be developing a new code for a different output. So that may be considered as what exactly you are doing in the research. That what has to be justified by comprehensiveness and parsimony. Comprehensiveness is something like whether it is including everything that is supposed to include, or whether it is ignoring anything that is important but not considered. I will explain this comprehensiveness in a very simple manner. Let us say demand of a particular product is influenced by many factors. Demand is influenced by price, demand is influenced by quality, demand is influenced by fashion, demand is influenced by availability, demand is influenced by technology. There are several factors are there, and what factors you are considering, so that the understanding of the demand is complete. So law of demand says that price is the most important factor which influences the demand. That means other factors you are not considering. So likewise, your research problem is the what dimension, whether you are including all the variables so that the comprehensiveness of the theory will be built. So this is what my point, my idea of sharing, sir. Then how it explains how the identified factors are related and provides causal relationships among the factors. Causal relationships are nothing but cause and effect relationship. Likewise, the same example we discussed, like demand is influenced by price. So if you increase the price, demand will come down. If you decrease the price, demand will increase. So that means you are establishing a cause and effect relationship between the variables called demand and price. That's it. Suppose you can also, in your research, what are the factors or what are the variables or what exactly you are studying, then how you are studying, then how you are proving that particular variables, focus on this, what and how constitute the domain or subject of the theory or subject of the interest. So if you are very clear about what you are doing and how you are doing, that means 50% of your research is completed. What exactly you are doing, what is your research agenda or research objectives, and how you are proving or how you are doing it or how you are going to complete that particular research objectives. If you are confident about that, constitutes what and how constitute the domain or subject of the theory. Then why means it explains the identified factors were selected on what basis. You taken some variables, then again the review of literature comes into the picture. What is the justification of taking only that particular chosen area? It becomes the theoretical glue in the sense means it is like the emotional bonding or connect with that particular model. What and how describes of the research phenomena, and why explains. Then who, where, and when, these are set the boundaries of generalizability, and such constitute the range of the theory. So what is theory is nothing but what is your point, your contribution to the whole theory. So the entire subject, entire theory won't develop in a particular day. It will develop by many researchers over a period of time. So your research, what exactly it is focusing, how you are proving, why you are taken that particular area, and who, where, when you tested, that becomes the range of the theory. If you complete this, then automatically you will be having. So I am, once that is completed, this makes more sense. My interest is service quality assessment. Service quality is a variable. How I am measuring service quality? I am measuring service quality through 6 variables, they are physical aspects, reliability, personal interaction, convenience, courtesy, and policy. All these 6 variables are contributing to understand the variable called service quality. Again, service quality is influencing customer satisfaction and customer purchase behavior. I developed relationships. Again, customer satisfaction is influencing customer purchase behavior. So this is my sample research model. So my variables are these 3, and I have the justification for this. If you ask how you measure service quality, I am measuring service quality by asking 26 question 1 to question 6. How I got these questions? I got service quality scale, RSQS, retail service quality scale I got. Then how you are measuring customer purchase behavior? I am asking 7 questions to understand the customer purchase behavior. How I am measuring the variable called customer satisfaction? I am asking 13 questions. If you ask why only 13 questions, I have the answer. If you ask why only 7 questions, I have the answer. What is the base for only inclusion of question 1 to question 7? I have the answer. That answer is nothing but your review. So here also I have mentioned why. Why explains the identified factor selected on what basis. Why only service quality? Why only these 2 variables? You should have the answer as a researcher, so that you will contribute 1 line to that particular theory or text. Several lines will become the paragraph. Several paragraphs will become the chapter. Several chapters will become the textbook. So a textbook is not written by somebody. It is synthesized, summarized by somebody. So this is how the journey of the research will go. And I hope this is more theoretical. And I'll stop it here. And if you have any doubts, I'm welcome to the best of my knowledge and ability. I would like to clarify. Please, sir. If anyone have some doubts regarding the review of literature, please welcome. at least you tell me whether you got my point of doing the research. Did you understand, or you have any issues with that, or is it not reached you? I don't know. Please text me. Can somebody please respond? Did you got the point, or are you with me? Are you online?
Yes, sir.
Sir, sir, this is a process. This is my version of understanding the review of literature, and uh, this is my own experience. So it is not from a textbook, or it is not something else. So it is how a researcher should pursue the research. He should ask why, when, how other researchers were did, and how you are doing. So it is like simply a contrast, um, how the earlier researchers were done, and what you are doing, and why you are doing, and what are the outcomes of the research. That is the point. If you have your own homework, then it will help you to understand the research in a full form, and you can complete the research very easily. If you know the destination, and if you know the research problem, the rest of the process is only data collection, data analysis, and data interpretation. They are very simple. But why, how you conceptualized the research problem, why you are taken that particular research area, that is the complex thing and confusing thing. So my topic today is to emphasize on focusing on the research aspects. For that, review of literature is a must and should. So review literature is not just downloading the articles and making the articles in some paragraphs, not like that. You have to understand the article. You have to generate the essence of the article. By understanding the essence of the article, you have to write the research gap. So that is what I'm reiterating the point, so that you will become very confident about your research. So no preparation is required if you do the review of literature fullest. And the review of literature is the first chapter we should start, and it gives birth to how introduction should be started, how data analysis should complete everything. You have the answers in the review of literature. So review of literature is your real guide. And if there are any certain issues which are not answered by the review of literature, then your actual guide will be there, and he's there to help you out. But once if you are strong and good enough in the review of literature, you will become self-dependent, self-independent, and you can go ahead in your research. So this is what my thought of interest and sharing. Thank you very much for your patience, listening, and time. Hope I don't know. Hope I did well. I don't know, but your feedback matters for me. It will help for the next session also. Thank you very much for your valuable time, and the organizers for providing me an opportunity to share my ideas.
Thank you very much, Dr. N. Uday Bhaskar, for the wonderful session on systematic review of literature using AI. The way you explained was truly enlightening. The session has gratefully enriched our understanding of the topic and received excellent appreciation from the participants. On behalf of the management, principal, coordinator, organizing committee, and all the participants, we express our sincere gratitude to you for sharing your valuable time and sharing your expertise with us. We once again thank you and look forward to your continued association with our institution in the future. Today's session was going to end, so I would like to thank everyone whoever joined the session. You may all leave now and expecting you to attend tomorrow's session by sharp 6 p.m.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good day, sir. Right.